severe renal disease. What are your options? Was he put on dialysis? Was he put on medication? Tell us a little bit about his treatment options.
You're watching the Spotlight Network. Starring Hollywood's newsman, Logan Crawford.
They now believe a single member.
He works with TV and film legends. And now, Logan's shining the spotlight on the world's top emerging authors and creators.
International were abducted.
This is Spotlight with Logan Crawford. Streaming on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon Fire TV.
I'm Logan Crawford, and right now on Spotlight, we're talking about a powerful book. It is called Shades of Life. Sublime Joy is in Living. We're speaking with its co-author, Dr. Mohammad Akmal. He connected a moving true story of a teen whose life is dramatically changed overnight with a frightening diagnosis of kidney failure. Set in 1996, it's a powerful journey of family resilience, how fear turns into focus, and how hope can be built one decision at a time. This story also shines a light on navigating medical crises with clarity, support, and the determination to find a life-saving path forward. We're delighted to have this very talented author join us here today, and we ask viewers like you to support authors like him by subscribing to our channel and by purchasing this amazing book. The links are below this interview. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me here today.
You're welcome.
This is a fascinating book and a tragic true story. A 15-year-old boy rather, is
Yes.
caught up in a terrible health crisis. Tell us what happens. He's suffering from a headache that just won't seem to go away.
It's amazing and very emotional book. This 15 and a half years old young boy who should be enjoying play games suddenly developed headache, which was not relieved by over-the-counter medications. Family got concerned, sought medical advice, and they found his blood pressure was more higher than it should be. And then further studies showed that he had significant kidney disease, and they did all the tests, including sonograms, etc., which was necessary, and found out it was secondary to reflux nephropathy. You know, this is two types. One is congenital, which he had. What happens is the valve which connects the ureter with the bladder is incompetent. Instead of going down, it works both ways, and the urine goes backward and forward, eventually leads to damage to the kidneys. And most of these children present with bedwetting, urinary tract infections, and eventually some of them develop severe kidney disease like he did.
Yeah. Amazing, amazing. When you're 15 years old and you have severe renal disease, what are your options? Was he put on dialysis? Was he put on medication? Tell us a little bit about his treatment options.
The option for the so-called reflux nephropathy, if you catch early, you can treat it with with antibiotics, and if it's severe, minor surgery can fix it, and you can prevent the kidney failure. But in his case, it was not caught on time, and when it was found, it was too late, and was severe reflux nephropathy leading to kidney failure. And then all his life, he came across hurdles and then came over those. And first, when he was followed by the doctors, he needed dialysis because his kidney function was severely damaged. And the family wanted to have kidney transplantation. So they did the test. Her mother came out to be good match. Unfortunately, they found out she had breast cancer. So then they could not do the kidney transplant at that time. He was started on dialysis until she recovers. So she had radiation and chemotherapy, and eventually she recovered. But doctors were not keen to donate her kidney because they were worried there may be cancer cells may travel to recipient's kidney. And anyhow, she persevered and they agreed to do kidney transplant. And during this period, he continued to attend school and did his degree from one of the universities in India. And finally, his brother, who also had a degree from USC, and he recommended that he go to University of Southern California, where I spent more than 30 years. So they came in 2004, and unfortunately, in 2005, he had lost his kidney because of rejection. They were celebrating at Christmas, and the patient was taken to Purge. They did usual biopsy and uh, uh, therapy for acute rejection and chronic rejection. And then they decided to bring back to me because he was my patient, and we admitted him to University Hospital. We did all we could do for 10 days, but we could not save his kidney. So he lost his kidney, and then we put him on dialysis. Difficult for him to come to dialysis unit 3 times a week, and at the same time, continue studying.
Yeah.
But he was resilient. He did dialysis, not only the treatment, but he also had to be restricted. He was a vegetarian, and plus there's a restriction for potassium and phosphorus, and the vegetarian diet has more problem with phosphorus. Anyhow, we managed to continue treatment. He was doing well. Unfortunately, he developed shingles, and that affected his ear. It's called Ramsey-Hunt syndrome, and it usually affects the ears and can cause permanent deafness, but luckily he escaped. After that, he decided, or we recommended he should go on peritoneal dialysis, which will be more practical for him because he doesn't have to come to unit 3 times a week. So he started peritoneal dialysis. Then he had a complication, a malfunction. Then we found out there's a that was fixed. The tube was wrapped up in the omentum, and omentum was released, and then it was functioning well. It continued. Unfortunately, these patients should not have pets at home, and he was lonely. He had a cat which was giving him friendship and pleasure, but she was also nibbling on his tubes, and he developed severe peritonitis. It's called Pasteurella infection, which took us really hard work to treat it. He improved, and then we recommended he should go back to second kidney transplantation. So his brother was a good match, he's the only brother who uh, volunteered to donate his kidney. So, fortunately, it was done at Cedar Sinai, and he already had uh, rejection, and these patients need special treatment before they go on to transplantation. And fortunately, at that time, FDA has approved a protocol which was used in Cedar Sinai, and he's received his kidney from his brother. And 4 days before his PhD. And uh, then after 2 months, he got a job in Alberta, Edmonton, Canada. And they drove all the way there, and he was doing fine. And I don't know what he's doing now. I tried to find from the family, but I think he's doing well. Otherwise, they would have called me.
Yeah.
So this was the journey, and me and him shared two things. He went through USC. I and my three sons all were undergrad at USC, and two of them doctors.
Yeah. Amazing.
And he.
That's
So
amazing. He
one
was
was a
lucky to have you
patient.
as a physician. You're a very caring doctor and, helped him through incredible health crises. Extremely difficult journey for this young man.
Yes,
Yeah.
and I'm surprised that he weathered the storm boldly and courageously,
Yeah.
and was able to achieve his goal of becoming a PhD.
Yeah.
And I understand then he was interested in culinary and food uh, cooking, etc. And he had developed some sort of danda cheese project in Alberta.
Hmm. Well, we're glad to hear he's doing better. We're glad to hear that he's thriving after getting that second kidney transplant. We wish him Godspeed as he goes forward with his life. This book is terrific. It tells you the story of Aditya and his family, and of course, the doctor as well, and how they all worked together and collaborated to make this young man's life as comfortable, as positive, and as possible. The name of the book is Shades of Life, Sublime Joy is in Living. It's a powerful reminder that even in the scariest moments, courage, credible guidance, and family resolve can help keep hope alive. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me.
One second.
Yeah.
After that, we wrote another book, Who Lives, Who Dies with Chronic Kidney Disease. That is given all the details, how you develop kidney disease, and all the special cases are written in that. If somebody's interested, we are the same authors for that book. Thank
Very,
you.
very, very, very important book for someone navigating the disease or at risk of being diagnosed with renal failure. Doctor, thank you so much for joining me here today.
It was my pleasure. Thank you.
Pleasure's been all mine, sir. I appreciate your time, your insight, and your expertise. To the folks at home, I'm Logan Crawford, thanking you for your time this time. Until next time.